I am the Witch of Jasmine, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a reading for Libra moons. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're getting through this January pretty okay. I'm doing pretty okay. We had, where I live, just like a lot of the US, we had a couple really freaking cold days here, but it's technically warmed up, so that's nice. But I hope you're doing okay. So as I'm shuffling out these cards, I invite you to take some deep breaths, to calm yourself, ground yourself, center yourself, get comfy. Oh, there we go. And there we go. There we go. All right. Okay, Libra moons, let's take a look at your cards. For the Oracle card, we have Purification with air, the air element, and Gemini with the Snapdragon. All right, and then for your tarot cards, we have Two of Cups reversed, Ace of Swords reversed, the Star, Ten of Athames, aka Ten of Swords, Eight of Pentacles reversed, and Queen of Chalices reversed, aka Queen of Cups. Okay, so the two cards that are really jumping out at me is this Ten of Athames and this Star, because these cards tend to really go hand in hand. So before I get into anything, I really want to talk about these two cards just so I can really set the tone for what we're talking about here. So Ten of Athames, aka Ten of Swords, but Ten of Athames is what I like to call a plot twist card, where essentially it's about being stabbed in the back. See, you know, something very suddenly, like a sudden upheaval, a sudden change, but something that leaves you kind of dead in the water a bit. Stay with me. But just to throw out some examples of what this energy is like, would be like, I don't know, maybe something at work where somebody kind of went behind your back and pulled some strings and ended up getting you fired, you know? And now all of a sudden you're like, well, okay, now what? You know? Or being in a relationship and they suddenly just like cheat on you or something. And now you just have this very betrayed, very difficult feeling of just like, well, that got destroyed. That person screwed me over. Now what? You know, that kind of energy. But the really, really great thing about Ten of Athames is that it's over. It sucks going through it, but it's one of those things that ultimately, most likely, probably got rid of something that was going to eventually die out or eventually kind of rot. Oh, that's what's coming into my head right now. And that's just the thing with swords energy. It's so quick and it can be really brutal. But once it's done, you know? So that's where this Star comes in, because the Star is all about hope and optimism, right? It comes after the Tower, you know, when this thing has crashed and burned and is completely destroyed. After that comes the Star, which is all about looking at this difficult situation and saying, you know what? The only thing I can do, well, maybe not the only thing, but the best thing that I can do is use this opportunity and make something better, right? And considering that we have this purification card here, this oracle card, it really, I'm really getting this feeling that this was something that it needed to happen, and it wasn't going to work out anyway. We're kind of just, I have this, sorry, this is kind of gross, but I really have this imagery of like old food sitting in your fridge, you know? And like, you know, it's been sitting in there. I'm sorry, this is gross, but it's what's in my head. It's been sitting in there for a few days, and you know, there's just not much, there's not anything you can do with it, but it's kind of gross, and you don't really feel like throwing it away and cleaning the dish and all of that. You kind of just want to pretend it's not there and just focus on something else. But by leaving it there, it's just getting worse and worse, and it's not going to get any better. You know, it's just going to rot away. And the longer you leave it in there, the worse it's going to be, right? So as much as this sucks and is frustrating and probably hurts right now in the moment, it's better that it happened now than later, right? And again, what I'm getting at is just this Star energy that we have right here. It's such a powerful and beautiful card. I love seeing it because it just means, you know what? It's time to do something better, right? It's time to find someone better or something better. It's a very hopeful and optimistic card, and I love that. So, getting into a little more detail about what this is, I think the reason why it didn't work so well, or it needed to be cut, is because of this Two of Cups reversed. Two of Cups reversed, it's about an imbalance. Some kind of disharmony, some sort of disunion. I don't think that's a word, but you know what I mean. A lack of unity. Oh, hello. Say hi to Cheralyn. It's two people who are not synced up. Maybe somebody, you know, is trying to be the one on top, or the winner, or the whatever, you know. It's some sort, that kind of unhealthy and ultimately useless dynamic that should not be in this kind of relationship, you know. Very unbalanced, very unfair. I think that's why this ultimately is not working. Hey, Lynn, I'm trying to show them this. With the Star card here, having Queen of Cups reversed below, it tells me that a lot of this healing and what we need to be looking for going forward is something more emotions based, right? How you're feeling, the things going on in your head. That's a really great place to start. Please be careful of the fire. Cheralyn, that's a really good place to start in this healing process, this moving on and building something better process. Sorry, I get stressed when she goes over here. She can stay over here, but I get stressed with, it's such a tiny little fire. I don't think it can hurt her. And it's like so deep, but anyway, I get stressed. So that's where we want to start here. So this section here is telling you what specifically you might want to be thinking about. And essentially having these two cards together is specifically making me think that there's a problem with impulsivity. Just kind of diving headfirst into something without thinking about it, but also expecting things to happen very quickly, you know, instead of having more of a slow burn and, you know, getting to know each other, understanding each other, or even more internally understanding yourself and how you feel and all of that. Just kind of being like, okay, I pick this one. Okay, this is what I want to do. Okay, let's make this happen. I'm ready. Because Eight of Pentacles is about working at something, very Knight of Pentacles energy, if you're familiar with that. It's about learning and working and at a very steady pace, you know, a little bit every day, but putting a lot of time and effort into this thing, right? So Eight of Pentacles is kind of the opposite. It's more so wanting things to be easy, wanting things to just be done instantaneously. Things like that, which in this case, it's not how this all needs to play out. It needs to be something that's, Cheralyn, oh, okay, don't go in. Don't do that. Cheralyn, jeez. Sorry, she's trying to destroy my setup. And that's kind of echoed by this Ace of Swords reversed here as well. I mentioned that Swords energy is very quick. It's very sudden and can be very drastic in a sense. So this Ace of Swords reversed is kind of just this very wild, very excited, but very like hyper energy. Like I think of I really don't want this to come off as rude or anything. Just, I mean this in a completely neutral and unbiased way. But it makes me think of like a small child who is just like running around and is so excited and just like has all this energy and doesn't know what to do with it. So they're just running around and screaming and knocking things over and that kind of energy. So I think going forward, or at least just something that this reading is encouraging you to think about right now. Cheralyn, is going forward with this next chapter, whatever, you know, comes along after this. How might it be beneficial for me to take things a little slower, a little more steady? Not jump into things, not have these huge expectations, unrealistic expectations. How can I take things more slowly like that? I think that might really benefit you. Regardless of what you do after, because I don't think this reading is telling you what to do, but I think that's something that you might want to consider. And also, I can't help but say with this purification card, every time it comes up, I always have to mention that if there's any other parts of your life that you feel like are kind of rotting and you can just kind of let go of now, you know, things that no longer serve you, it's a great time to do that for sure. For sure. Well, Libra moons, I'm sorry you're going through this. It's a rough time, and I know a lot of this is so much easier said than done, but I don't know. That's kind of the funny thing about swords, is that as much as it sucks, a lot of those cards are really tough cards to pull up. Not all of them, but a lot of them. It's a very powerful energy, and, you know, you just can't, or at least I can't help but also look at the other side of it. It's like, wow, as much as this sucks, at least it's over. You know, at least I'm getting rid of this thing that I really, really was not working. I really did not need. So we can build something better, something much more beautiful. So anyway, if you have any questions about this, or if you'd like any part of this clarified, please let me know. You can leave a comment, or you can just reach out to me, whichever you prefer. Also, exciting news. I have officially posted on the shorts part of my channel every single card. It took me like 6 months to get through it all, but I finally did it. I have over 200 little tiny shorts videos describing each card in tarot, the symbolism, their upright meaning, as well as their reversed meaning. So if there's any of these cards, I would suggest taking a look at this one, but if there's any of these cards that are specifically jumping out at you, you're feeling specifically drawn to, or you just want to learn more about, I highly recommend taking a look at those videos. They can definitely give you a little more context about this as well. But I will be putting out more of those. I'm going to be doing what I'm calling a season 2 of those. So I've already started, but they'll be going out next week. So be on the lookout for that. But as of now, all that information is officially out there. So I hope you guys can use that as a resource, a good resource. So anyway, Libra moons, I'm wishing you lots and lots of luck with all of this. I believe in you. I know you can get through it, and I'm excited to see what we'll be talking about next month. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!